Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to draw Santa's Little Helper. And for those who follow The Simpsons, Santa's Little Helper is the pet dog of the Simpsons family. So if you have your pencils all set, we will just draw Santa's Little Helper. And let's actually do a shoulders and head shot for him as well, just to give him a little more spotlight. So because portraits, they go a longer way, I think, when we are focusing on the character. So we'll start off with an oval, and you do just that for the body because he has a streamlined body. He's a greyhound. Let's segregate the face somewhere here, because it's now just going to come, I think, somewhere here like that. So Santa's Little Helper is a greyhound, and he was adopted by the Simpsons because he finished last in a greyhound race, and his owner disowned him. So this, I think, needs to be more or less parallel. So he was created by Matthew Groening, again, the great Matt Groening, who has masterminded several of the characters, the majority of the characters, should I say, on The Simpsons. And Santa's Little Helper is brilliant in the sense that, of course, the character has no dialogue, like it's a pet, and unlike other conventional cartoon shows where animals talk, for instance, The Simpsons, you would say, counterpart show, which is called a Family Guy. I'm going to make those eyes larger. They're a little too smaller. I think they're going to come about here, and that would be more fitting for the character. So where the dog talks on Family Guy, for instance, Matthew Groening wanted to maintain the animals as they should be, and that there will be no talking from the dog. And in spite of that, the dog has had his spotlight, which shows how creative The Simpsons really is. In spite of being a sidekick, essentially, and he's mostly like seen around as a filler in episodes where he's just like lounging, or he has that occasional little burst of energy. He has had key episodes which have entirely focused on him, aside from the fact that yes, he was adopted, and that was also like a key focus on his on his early life with The Simpsons. But he's had other episodes. For instance, notably, there was one in which he's been shown to contract some kind of medical complication where he could have died of bloating. So they showed a very good, it was a good approach in the sense that the Simpsons family dug deep to muster up some savings for Santa's Little Helper surgery. And then, due to complications and other, I guess, I do not remember everything about that episode, but somehow he ended up in Mr. Burns' care, and Mr. Burns actually turned Santa's Little Helper. I mean, he's a greyhound, so he's a hunting dog. We're doing this yellow at the moment, but we're going to infuse this with another color to try to achieve Santa's Little Helper's main color, which is actually brownish orange. It's like a dark tangerine, in my opinion, but again, I could be wrong. That's how I saw him anyways, for the most part. So So we're going to try to infuse this and see if we can make it work. But so Santa's little helper became a vicious attack dog, and when Bart Simpson found out and he attempted to reunite with his favorite pet, Mr. Burns pretty much unleashed Santa's little helper onto Bart Simpson, but it was shown in a very, I could call it in a touching manner, that the dog recognized Bart Simpson, and immediately it was as if like a reset button had been hit, and he began cuddling up to him. So a key episode there in showing the relationship between a dog and his owner. So we are not, we haven't achieved that proper color yet for Santa's little helper. So we will talk a little more about him, and then go on and see if we can infuse some other color into this to make it more Santa's little helper accurate. So that was the key episode, I guess, in which they highlighted the relationship between a dog and his owner in a very, very good sense, because it showed how faithful the dog remained to Bart Simpson in spite of being rewired by Mr. Burns to do a different kind of bidding. But then there was an episode in which they also highlighted where that Santa's little helper had some baby pups. So those baby pups, again, this episode too, somehow, I guess it's actually a brilliant twist. It involved Mr. Burns as well. And Mr. Burns came in possession of those puppies, and initially the show, in a very surprising twist, which could have had many people in a bunch over the theme, wanted to make a fur coat out of those puppies. But again, in what can be seen another round of thumbs up to kindness that is shown to animals, Mr. Burns in a key moment sees how cute they are, and then he just relents, and instead he goes for he actually renounces wearing fur in the future. So he gives up wearing anything that has to do with fur, just out of the regard that he forms for those puppies. So that of course also involved Santa's little helper's little input there in terms of being instrumental in bringing that sequence about. So however minimal but effective, Santa's little helper is voiced by Dan Casalenta, who is also performing voice duties for or vocal duties for a host of other Simpsons characters. And of course he's had his own stints aside from that, Back to the Future animated series, and Hey Arnold, other prominent shows in which he has had voice duties, and he is on a continued basis also handling Santa's little helper. So we just added an additional tone there. But before that, he was also voiced by Frank Welker, who was also known to be good voiceover artist who prominently did Megatron on the Transformers, and he is also a cultural favorite, but I think he let go his voice duties in about mid 90s, and then Dan took over. So please do check this out. Amazing character, staying true to the animal roots, and yet really making getting to be a favorite of Simpsons fans. So please keep in touch. We put out content every day. Subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.